Okay, mic test, and I'm back. The game crashed, and I had to actually reboot my PC because apparently it was really bad. So one thing I changed was I switched from full screen mode to windowed mode, just basically borderless window. Hopefully that will um, make things less unstable. Okay, let's do this again. Escape. Oh, can I escape this? Escape. Escape. There we go. We can escape the thing. Loading again. Yeah, yeah, whatever. Okay. I am a human, ocean folk, fighter, knockdown. Uh, did I set it to before? We had lots of resolve, lots of might, no dexterity, no con, perception, intellect. And basically, I think I added more to resolve. Next, Ralatai. Oh no, not Ralatai, Old Valia. Mm, yeah, that looks fine, I guess. Might fighters don't really need intellect. I guess I'll just give him perception more. Cool. Old Valia, I am a merchant. I sell things. Oh, I'm gonna have to go through this again. Okay. Hair. It's my old hairstyle before I decided to grow it long. I guess parted down the middle. Apparently, there is a hairstyle that's parted down the middle. He has way more hair than me, though. I don't really see a difference. I'm just gonna put a mask on him anyway. There. Portrait. Oh, I guess you're a charming fellow. Next. I think I picked Noble. Hi there, NVUK. Sorry, I got distracted by the whole thing. I kind of I had to figure out what was going on. I've been having technical issues with other games I've been streaming. The thing about me is that I do not suffer from alt-itis, which is someone creating different characters over and over again. I pretty much play the same person every single time. The thing about these games is that okay, I was worried there. I thought it was gonna get stuck again. I basically play the same person over and over again. It's not that I'm playing the same thing over and over. Well, I am playing the same character or deck or build, but I am interacting with different characters, decks, or builds depending on the game. If that makes sense. Caravan Master Odema. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache, oh boy, ooh woo, and sagging jowls, ooh woo, quivering as if for emphasis. He nods toward a looming black mass on the hillside. Yep. When I play Skyrim, I take 5 minutes to decide what character to play. Then I make an Imperial Fire Mage Vampire Lord. In Magic the Gathering, I have one deck per format that I play, and since I only play one format right now, I only have one deck. I even asked some Pokemon players, why do you need more than six Pokemon? Why not just use the six strongest Pokemon all the time? They said that would be boring. You'd win all the time. Like, yeah, what's wrong with that? Click. Yep, same character in different worlds. At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over. Oh no, I have the super diarrhea. Can't hear the game audio. Interesting. It not capturing? Uh, hmm. Is it not working? So you can hear my voice but not the audio. That's interesting. Let me see if I can. Hmm. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Um. God damn it! I can't access the options menu. I have to exit. I'll go see about those berries. Okay, where would I find these berries? Okay, where are those ruins? What are those ruins? Ooh. Okay. Who did build the ruins? Is it dangerous out here? There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate. What kind of weather do they have get out here? BOX. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip through this. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Okay. Let's check the sound. Uh it should be So can you hear the audio now or no? Uh Gosh dang it, game. Okay. Let me alt tab for a bit and see what is my active audio. It's headphones. File settings, audio, headphones. That's weird. There was this device not connected or not available. Apply. Okay. Oh, okay. See, the audio is coming now. Interesting. That is very interesting. All right. So, this is Kalisha. She's our temporary sidekick for this part of the game, and I will have you unequip that because that's fucking with your accuracy. In this game, if you equip a one-handed weapon and nothing else, you get an accuracy boost. Hold on. So that's basically a 30 for a fighter, plus 2 for her perception, and plus 12 for being one-handed. So it makes it easier to hit things. I also have these pre-order bonuses, which I think I got. I didn't pre-order this game, but I think they were added after the game got old enough for everyone. It's a miniature. It's a giant miniature. Sorry, a giant miniature space piglet, which is a reference to Minsk and Boo from Baldur's Gate, the miniature giant space hamster. I need to click myself. Equip. This is a Gaun's Pledge, which is plus 15 endurance. This is my starting armor, pretty nice. I can probably sell that for money.
Here.
Thank you for letting me know. I must have streamed with no audio for a while.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
So the thing about this tutorial chapter is that everything is so much cheaper here compared to the merchant gives so much more for stuff, so it's actually worth it to just loot everything and sell everything. Yeah, sure, I'll pick the lock.
It's done.
I'm gonna go around looting things. My scroll speed is a bit low. Let's try that. Still a bit slow, but whatever. So what I'm gonna do is just run around collecting random shit, and then right before I trigger the Glenfathan ambush, I am gonna sell everything to merchant dude. I can't remember who he is. He is a rogue.
Not looking forward to trying to lift that thing tomorrow.
Yeah, I've played this game before. I actually bought this as soon as I could. I didn't pre-order, but I tried to get it as soon as I was able to afford it. Theoden, that's his name. You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by the ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
Okay, he scratches one cheek with his knuckles. It's covered with uneven stubble, as if he hasn't gotten quite used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Let's get to know this dude. Let's charm him. Maybe he'll give us better prices. Spoiler alert, he won't. Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
If you think these caravanners are prickly, watch out for those axe-wheelers Odema mentioned. Disposition, clever one. That's excellent advice indeed. Have you played this before, Envy?
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Tell me about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
Why do you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
He shrugs. Deerwood is a former Adir colony, so it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Raed Ceres work ethic, they've always struck me as a little fanatical. Yeah, that's high-minded of you. Not at all, just doing my part. Alright, let's see what he's got. So, when I sell things to Hyodan, it gives a lot more money than in other areas. So I'm actually going to sell this. Sell. Sell. We don't need that. I know enough to get through this without needing those. So now I have 2k
Yes?
2k copper. It's
With
nice.
Pillars of Eternity, we strive with every level to both evoke the essence of the beloved Infinity Engine games, as well as introduce something new and engaging for players to experience in the world of Aora. The Caravan Encampment was no exception to this goal. As the introduction area and the first impression of Aora has to offer, it really needed to speak to the player from the get-go. Keeping in mind this principle, we needed to begin the game with an image that instilled simultaneously the feeling of adventure players may be familiar with from a Dungeons & Dragons setting, while introducing them to our own unique world. The idea of a caravan huddled around a flickering campfire both seemed familiar and befitting as the humble beginnings to a grand adventure. By setting the scene before a large ancient ruin with peculiar stone-like objects growing from the ground, we felt this would introduce them to some of the key landmarks of the Deerwood. Another principle in our design was non-linearity. Pillars of Eternity is a game about choice and consequence. We didn't want our introduction to feel like an entirely guided experience, so we opted to keep the flow of the level pretty open to exploration. Once the player has finished speaking with Odema, they are free to wander around the immediate area and examine their surroundings, even find clues that foreshadow their inevitable ambush, a situation that very quickly teaches the player the concept of consequence in our world.
So half speed is S, double speed is D. That's very useful to know. Sparfell, you're gonna die later.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Okay, should be more lootable stuff here. There we go. This path winds through a narrow canyon back the way you
We
came.
shouldn't stray too far.
I'm here.
Grooves in the road mark the passage of hundreds of caravans. All
Let's
right.
check by those outcrops.
Oh, wolf! It's a wolf.
Let's
Combat
check by
time.
those outcrops.
Oh. Oh, AI is on. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just autopilot. Q. Let's flank. Fighters, we regenerate. That was easy. There we go. Now we loot them. Click.
I shall.
This is it.
So you played 5 times halfway through. Pretty much I finished most of my runs. Merchant! Oh, you know I sell things. Odema said something about you being in business for yourself. Yeah, I ran a shop. Yeah, how is it you happen to come here? The competition hired men to destroy my shop. I know what that feels. You really can't trust anyone, can you? Kalisha breathes in her surroundings. It's been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Redrick's offer makes a girl think, I'll give him that. You're here to settle like the rest of the lot. I hadn't given it much thought. No harm in that. Might as well see the place first. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming this way. I hope to meet someone and fall in love. That's not gonna happen. I don't want to scare you, but the way some of these rural types look, you might want to reconsider that. Lots of sideways teeth and hair sprouting from unexpected places. Ooh. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odema will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? Kalisha sighs unevenly. Her eyes search the ground at her feet. My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ishamitil. I know how to pronounce it! But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me, so I'm here and we'll see. Odema I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself, Uwu. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up living in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rawatai and another in Edir. My sister in Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about the Deerwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Edir Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now, but somehow it's getting worse. With an uneasy tremor in her voice, she adds, I'll have to ask my sister more about it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfel's getting you water anytime soon. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a bit. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water.
Yes?
What's this? Strange illness. -3 con, -3 fortitude. So that's not bad. Up, there we go. Let's loot this shit. Loot everything. Zoom out. Is there more stuff here? Nope. I'm trying to get as much money as I can to get a head start once I reach the actual main game in Gilded Vale. Because a Huden gives the most money out of all the merchants. Ooh, what's that? Travelers, maybe, or looters, or bandits. Bad sign, any way you figure it. Oh. Leather armor and lockpick. Nice. Well, nice for us, bad for them. think there's some more stuff here. Unless I already looted it. Oh, we have to go all the way around. Yeah, I have no problem finishing a game. It's not an issue for me. Usually the only reason I don't finish a game is because I don't have time. And I can sometimes just pick it back up later on unless like a patch breaks the game. Alright, let's go here. Let's cross the bridge. The thing I need to do is not to click on the water skin. I just need to loot that
Barfel went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
there's like a thing here. Click. Oh, there we go. Detect mode.
Stay quiet.
The Disappointer. It's a troll weapon, which doesn't actually do anything. Okay, I should probably switch to right-click move. This is fucking with my muscle memory. Click. Formation rotate. I don't really use formations, so you see how much this fucks with the save changes. Right, cool. Okay, so it is it's still working. Now I can right click. Because I play RTS games and left click to move fucks with my muscle memory so much. So you get up to a certain point and maybe another game comes out or some DLC for Warhammer Total War and I'll get sidetracked. Then when I come back to Pillars, I was like, maybe it would be fun to play some with a custom party of Chaos Warriors or some Magic Hating Knight Company. Yes! Catnip for the cat god, yarn for the yarn throne. I do not suffer from that drawback at all.
Something else you need?
It's something I've
Looks like
taken
we're
for
set for
granted.
the night.
I have a lot of friends who have a problem staying focused. Me, I have zero problem staying focused. In fact, I'm so focused, I have to force myself to break promises that would get me in trouble. I have a hard time breaking my word. Like some people have a problem keeping with their New Year's resolutions. Me, I promised myself to quit coffee in January 2017, and I actually did it for 2 months because the anxiety I would feel for breaking my promise is greater than the pain of caffeine withdrawal. So I've got the opposite of what some people have, which is weird, but I've come to accept it as part of who I am. 150 GP. Valiant clothing, light armor. Tricorn hat. Just sell that. I don't need that. Okay, stash. Let's sell all of these. We don't need these. Trade. So now I am going to be starting the next chapter with at least... Where's my gold? 2,600
Yes?
gold. Alright, fuck it. Sparkle, you're gonna fucking die now. I don't know. From my perspective, it's strange. It's liberating and strange. And some people say, oh wow, you must have a lot of willpower. No, I was just born this way. I was lucky
Yes?
to be this way. I don't have to work hard to be this focused. So in a way, I kind of feel bad about it. But I really shouldn't. Because, you know, people would be... I've been told that. People have been envious that I can focus. Because I have a lot of friends with ADHD. Anyway, click! You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water where Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. I have gained full water skin. Click. Out of the trees emerges Sparkle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait, his stride wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparfel? Are you alright?
No, he's not. Sparfle's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. He dead.
Ambush!
Okay, so for tactics, this guy is wearing has a shield. This one does not. Let's kill that one first. Oh, they're even a range character, so fuck you. Oh, miss. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, this is gonna fuck with my muscle memory even more because attack should probably. Let's see, mouse 0. Oh goodness. Oh, this is awkward. I have to return to the default ones. I wanted it to be like Warcraft style, but that's awkward. I have to right click to confirm instead of left click to confirm, so fuck it. I'm just gonna return. Okay, here we go. Click.
What you need?
There we go. Flanked. Alright, now it's just him. Click. There we go. Dead.
Camp.
Oh, we have the thing again where the sound is. Heck. Oh, obsidian, never change. I'm gonna equip this.
I'm here.
So
Yes?
Kalisha just said camp. It basically skipped the dialogue. I don't know what triggers that. Maybe it's because I was doing it in fast mode. Oh, someone there. Let's actually fall back for a bit. Stealth mode.
Quiet.
So when you actually encounter someone, your sight range is actually longer than
Yes?
their aggro range, if that makes sense. There. Got him. Switch back to melee instead of reloading. I think I'm just gonna hit this guy. Oh, got him. Wow. Dead. Flank. Got him. Dead. Alright. That should be it. Click. Let me just flank you. There we go. You have knockdown left? You have none. Okay, we're just gonna wear you down. Dead. We did it, Reddit! We did it! Alright, so let's give Kalisha, I guess, a ranged weapon, so she can have something. There. Light armor. Alright, let's see if we can save Hyudan. Oh no, they're all dead. Glunfathan leader. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers. Goodbye, extras, peppered with arrows and knife hills, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth, as if to ward away some poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe, with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Hyudan, the last of your caravan left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Glunfath. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Hmm. Okay, now, previously I used this, but this is really weird because it leads me to questioning his religion, which just completely fucks with his which really doesn't make sense from a role playing perspective. Uh, Very well, let him go. He shoves Hyudan toward you. As he does so, the man rakes his blade against Hyudan's torso. Hyudan screams and stumbles forward, a wide gash in his clothing beginning to bloom crimson. The man sets his feet to engage you, his axe raised high. Is Hyudan dead? Oh, he's just injured. Oh, I guess I can't equip this. Can I? I can't equip during battle. Okay, fine, whatever. I guess I'm an archer now. I should have used that dialogue option. Let me see. Hyudan. Hit this dude. Oh, now he's blind. I scored a crit! Okay, I need to peel these guys off of Hyudan. I guess I'm gonna... Fuck it, I'm gonna engage in unarmed combat. Oh, Hyudan's... you have second wind, you don't have it. Fuck. Oh well, just, I guess, go down. Need to knock this guy down. Doesn't kill Hyudan. At least he's not attacking him. There we go. Kalisha, you have anything? No. Okay, I guess Hyudan's gonna go down. Ah, he's down. Dale Keter graces Dunfather and Hunter with 1.0 crush damage. Let's get out of here. Switch to ranged. I should have used the dialogue option. Oh, she lost her weapon too. I didn't even notice that. I should have used the dialogue. I didn't want to use it because it didn't make sense from a role-playing perspective. Fuck it, let's try using range and melee. Deals more damage anyway. Yeah, she can regenerate it. Oh, god damn it. He's a fighter too, so he's there we go. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companion is now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good, the gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin. Where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rending you apart from within. Seated against the wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across chest and bowel, Odema's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
Get to the chopper! Stretch! Run, motherfuckers, run! Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With the last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Theoden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen sackers who had been feigning death lunges for Theoden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Theoden lashes out against his fatigued assailant but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. From your position, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. Fire! Your aim is sure. The hit jars Theoden loose. Lurching to his feet, Theoden chambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. Yeah, thanks for the workout, my dude. They hold just long enough for Theoden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. And now we have to move forward. Goodbye, prelude chapter. Overly long intro chapter.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Okay, her... She didn't say the rest of the words.
And we're the only ones.
There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk?
Theoden's jaw tightens, he nods.
I'm
okay,
here.
what are you, -4 perception, -4 con. Oh man, you are fucked.
Indeed.
Fuck yeah, XP.
That should be far enough. But what now?
Storm has to die sometime.
What happened out there? Kalisha shakes her head. Windstorm, of a kind we only get in Air Glandfath. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glandfathan word is Biuak. To them, it's the gods' way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours? Who attacked us? Glandfathans. Those would be the hut dwellers Udema warned you about. Look to be fangs of Galawain, who are the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin looking for fights with colonists. I need to turn off my phone. Poor Udema. I think he half expected this once we lost the main road. The Glandfathan said we trespassed in the ruins. I don't believe that. Udema would never allow it. But as much as the fangs are hotheads, Glandfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or... She glances down the passage beyond, or there's looters in here with us. That's not something we need right now. No, it's Theos doing his thing. What about everyone else in our caravan? Kalisha's lips press together and her chin rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now. She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives. Okay, let's get going. Theodore takes a step forward and his knee buckles, and before anyone can catch him, he stumbles to the ground, his cheeks striking the time-worn cobbles. On unsteady legs, he claws his way up the wall and back to his feet, but his stance is shaky, like a sailor walking on land after a time at sea.
Could we maybe stay here and rest a few hours? I've lost some blood. It seems quiet off to the left. Might be a place to rest there.
Can't afford to stay put. Those Glandfathans were riled about something. Could be we got company in here. Looters will be armed and ready to kill, and there's probably a lot of them. We can't be caught sleeping in their beds.
Please, I just need to lie down for a while. Then we can move as fast as you want.
Hear me. We are gonna die in here if we don't get moving and get this place figured out before the looters come back. We've either got to find the exit or a damn good place to hide.
Kalisha's right. We have to press on. We don't know what we're up against.
I'll do my best.
So, spoiler alert, if you rest because Hyodon is injured, Kalisha will get impatient and run off and get killed by the traps. So that's a bad idea. So, I probably should have used the diplomatic option so he wouldn't be
We
injured.
should move.
Shield and a torch. Can't be supplies. Oh. Okay, now to re-equip our stuff. Kalisha, your axe. Hyodon, need you to do one-handed so you're more accurate. Great sword, S-stock. I might actually just use a mace because it's more accurate so I can actually hit things. Alright, so
I'm here.
there should be like a trap section here which will like ping my auto pause like crazy.
The ruin of Sealant Lys was a daunting dungeon to design, but also very gratifying, as this was our chance to set the bar for our dungeons throughout the game. This was also one of the later dungeons designed during development. Oftentimes the beginning of the game is of the last content you end up producing. This is to ensure all the systems needed to make the experience fully fleshed out are implemented and functional so they can be taught to the player properly during this first moments of gameplay. Thus, by the time this dungeon was designed, we had learned many valuable lessons about the ways we could push the layout and flow of a dungeon, as well as utilize all systems in the game that at this point had been fully fleshed out. We also felt in many RPGs the starter dungeon often felt like a bland guided experience intended on cramming tutorials down the player's throat. We certainly didn't want Sealant Lys to repeat such a formula, but we didn't want the player to be completely unfamiliar with the game's core mechanics either. That being said, we opted to have a very open-ended experience for the player. Each route the player takes in the dungeon will introduce them to yet another mechanic or feature in this game, whether it be detecting traps, scouting, or the use of scripted interactions, but neither is dependent on the other. The player has a choice here to choose their playstyle and be rewarded for it. The reward will then reinforce the value of this mechanic, while simultaneously teaching the player the role it plays in Pillars of Eternity.
Alright. Here are the traps.
Look at the tiles. What are those symbols? Let's keep quiet. How can I help?
Yep, trap.
Found something.
I'm gonna turn auto pause off for a bit because this kinda will be annoying. I'm gonna have him disarm everything and gain a fuck ton of XP and money because these traps can be sold later on.
Found something.
Like, I can even queue them up. I think shift. There we go. It's very convenient. While they're active, they're lit up. XP for everyone! Even though it's just Hyodon doing it. Well, have fun with your dinner, person from the other side of the world.
Yes?
Alright. You're actually gonna keep exploring here, like a dead person. Ooh, a crossbow. And a journal. The small folio is torn in several places and blood is soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible, however. I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice and I've got my hands on a genuine and with an artifact. Fellow who had it said it was pretty nothing as far as he's concerned. He's not willing to go digging in some ruins. But if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, that's worth sneaking past a few painted elves. I'll head to Sealant Lys in the morning. Then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about. With a relief gem. Yep. That's basically around like later.
You hear that?
Yep. Scolder.
They'll never know I'm here.
What you need?
Let's
What you
actually
need?
switch to ranged. Okay. Are you in range now? Yes, you are. And so am I. Oh, no. Quick. Switch. Switch.
I shall.
Flank them. You. There we go. Got him.
Yes?
Skulder whelp. And now we have the meat. I think we can diplomacy our way here. This is an alternate path. There's like a Zaurip, which is like this game's equivalent of kobolds. A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh when you recognize it as a Zaurip. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs. It's okay, I won't hurt you. The Zaurip recoils, fingers still wrapped tightly around its spear. The creature cocks its head and approaches you, a soft clicking sound emanating from the back of its throat. The Zaurip sniffs around your pack and noses excitedly at something. It steps back and points to your pack, salivating and holding its spear out to you. Yeah, give Skulder meat to the creature. You produce a piece of Skulder meat from your pack and toss it onto the floor. The Zaurip's nostrils flare at the scent of fresh meat and its eyes dart between you and the food. It creeps toward the prize, shoving the spear into your grip and snatching the meat with both hands at the last moment. Its skull quivers as it devours the flesh in noisy chomps. Zaurip spear, where is that? This one. +5 accuracy. Well, don't really need it. I'm gonna banish these to my my stash. I don't need you right now. There's a container here. It has a short bow and more lockpicks. Good. Okay, let us go to this part of the dungeon, which is the one with the torches.
That roundish symbol. Pretty sure I saw it on one of the tiles back there.
This mural must be ancient, yet the colors are still bright and vivid. It shows a procession of Ingwithans from all the Kith races, Amawa, Elf, Orlan, Dwarf, and Human. They walk among pillars similar to the ones that span this chamber, each one topped with a flame. That's a clue! It's a raging clue. Alright, let's equip this to Kalisha and have her do this. Torch. Torch. Click and click. This basically disables the traps here if you don't have any trap finding. But we did, and we don't need to do that anymore. Alright, so let's continue. Just ranged. One thing I like to do in this game is to give each of my characters a ranged option. Why is your secondary more... That's weird. Interesting. +5 accuracy, +5 accuracy. That's odd. Why does this have more accuracy? Enchant. That is weird. Whatever.
Yes?
Everyone has this.
I shall.
Actually, let me give the crossbow to Hyodan, because he's a rogue. He has more of
I'm
the...
here.
I guess, extra damage thing. Forward! Okay. Stop. And everyone click on him. Hit. There. Now we move in. We just need to do that extra bit of burst damage. Oh, Kalisha stuck. Immune to blinded, but not to prone. Can they prone you? Immune to prone. Okay, that's fine. Yep, immune to prone. Alright.
I shall.
Ooh. Loot.
What's that muck on the wall?
Click. A viscous slick of something dark and tar-like runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges in the ooze suggest that something lies beneath it, but you can't tell what. Let's wash it out. You rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburst surrounding it has chipped away in places, but the detail of his head, from the tight curls of hair to the ridges of his pointed ears, still showcase remarkable craftsmanship. One eye socket is empty. A gem fills the other. Alright, let's place the gem. The chamber begins to rumble, stray rocks dancing across the tile floor. Finally, a large section of the wall gives way. Okay, let's go!
He's...
25 damage. Oh wow! Oh shit, is he gonna die? He has 3 injuries now. There we go, got him. Shit. Ah, he's maimed. Fuck. Oh no, he's gonna die the next time he goes down, which kind of sucks. Alright, there is something here. A minor cloak of protection. Okay, I'm gonna equip that to my main character, because you're the only one who's gonna survive this dungeon anyway. Okay, let's get back there.
I'm here.
Let's get back to this part here. I'm just gonna do a full clear, because fuck it. This dungeon's like free XP anyway.
That looks weak. Could be a shortcut.
Okay, push on the wall. Send Kalisha. Kalisha is a strong girl. A strong, independent woman who don't need no fighter. Because she is already one. Alright, so... No, you don't need to scout for us. I know what's ahead. Some Skulder. Okay, switch. Got him. Nice. So now we have maxed out our Skulder XP. We no longer get any XP for killing Skulder.
Indeed.
So in this game, you can't actually grind grind XP by killing things, because eventually you will fill up your the Cyclopedia, Bestiary. Okay, ooze. No, journal. Where is it? Fuck. Skulder. No, this isn't it. Where is it? Notes. Character statistics. Where the heck is it? Lore. Ah, here it is. Is it? No. Skulder Whelp. So basically, I've already defeated all of them, so I have all their stats now. For the wolf, I don't have a lot yet. The ooze, see, there's still a lot I don't know about them. The more I kill them, the more knowledge I have of them. Eventually, I will know everything they have, all their stats, and I will stop getting XP from them. The Skulder Whelp, I know all their stats now, and can no longer get XP from killing them. Just a really nice touch.
Feels like there's a draft coming through that wall.
Oh, spiders.
I don't hear any sign of that storm either.
Dead. Nice. Okay, so I have 24 out of 108 XP I could possibly learn from the Spear Spiderling. Good. Alright, oh, we are in the last chamber. This is where we fight the spider thingy. Oh, stealth.
Yes?
What are my class behavior? Fuck it, aggressive. Save. Let's actually use these so I don't have to micro too much. You, aggressive. Aggressive. Save. Good. There we go. Got it. Click. I think that's everything. Heck yeah. Bats as large as chickens. What is that? Bats as large as chickens are strong in the web. Oh no. Ooh, a rapier. They loot everything? Oh, there's one more side passage here with a dead person. And a helmet. And this. Some gems. Alright, it's time to exit this dungeon. And say goodbye to Kalisha and Huden. You're both gonna die. Click. Here we go. Hi, Theos. Older robed man, also known as Theos X Arcanon. 4 figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. Continue. The figure closest to the machine stands out among them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. His faded robes are embroidered with a runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like the wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book. Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth, and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
Here we go. It's purple for maximum Twitch product placement. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then all at once, it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells to the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away to the black, unconscious void. The end. We die. No, we don't. Ooh, sunnandshadow.mp3 plays. You open your eyes to a different place another time. You sit in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end, a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Circling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you have just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them, and they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thick grey beard and ceremonial robe crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. He is your senpai. You are walking towards him now at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Senpai, will you notice me? Rip, they died. You awaken to find your Malay has broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, but when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tic. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. The figures at the machine stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. Kyuden and Kalisha lie bloody on the uneven cobbles, their bodies twisted unnaturally in death. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Alright. XP and I leveled up. Before we do that, thank you, comrades. You won't need that anymore. Okay, so this is our first level up. So the way skills work in Pillars of Eternity is that for every point you invest, it costs more points to increase it. So someone like me who favors being fair and balanced likes to spread his stats out. One thing I like to do is to get Stealth to 2. Stealth 2 is like the minimum you need to bypass a lot of unnecessary encounters, which will just slow you down. You can get more Stealth, of course, but this is the minimum you really need to get things done. Athletics is useful for some encounters, but it's most useful, I guess its main use is for Second Wind, which I don't really need that much because I am a fighter, I regenerate naturally. Survival gives you resting bonuses when camping out. And can also be used in conversations. I think it also increases the... before it used to just have increased consumable duration, but in a later patch it was changed to also to basically give you an option. So for every point you have above 6, it wraps around. So at 7 survival, you can choose damage reduction 2. At 8 survival, you get even more received healing multiplier, and so on and so forth. Mechanics, I don't really need this, but this is nice for dialogue options, especially with Durance. And lore lets me use scrolls, which is nice, and also unlocks a lot of dialogue options. Alright, next. Now, we choose our talents. Do I want rapid recovery, which is more HP, or do I want something else? Perhaps weapon focus. Which one has mace? Oh, it's noble, apparently. Not sure if I should get that right now. I can also use one of these cross-class skills, which is which basically gives you the taste of, I guess, some of the other classes' skills. Apprentice's sneak attack, Acolyte's radiance, or rapid recovery. So +1 knockdown. Rapid recovery seems nice, but I kind of want to end battles quickly. I do know soulbound weapons. Soulbound weapons count for any of the weapon focus feats. So, do I want a battle axe, sword, mortar crossbow, or yeah, I guess I'll be an adventurer. I'll use the S-Talk. Next. Done. Heck yeah. Let's check our stash. Oh, okay, here we go. Equip that. That will be our weapon. Swing. Oh, major fatigue. Interesting. Let's banish these. Actually, no. We need to keep these tools with us. These need to be actually in our inventory for them to be usable. And what is my weapon focus again? Adventure. Poleaxe, a stock flail, 1 warbow. So I guess let's grab the poleaxe. That's slashing and crush. Okay, so now I have all 3 damage types. Slashing, crush, and piercing. Cool. I need to rest. It's like rest. Heal multiplier. This might be useful because it also applies our regeneration. Click. Ooh, we're dreaming. Dreaming. Okay, before I continue, I need to check something. Actually, I can just alt tab. I'm in windowed mode. I'm not gonna disrupt my my game by alt tabbing. You see, let's go back to the Twitch thing. Checking. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna continue. Okay, that thing's been settled. Alright, time to go. Let's loot everything in sight. Oh no, it's a person getting tortured. Oh no, what could that be? Spoiler alert, it's my past life. This was basically...
The idea of the scene came out of necessity. Initially, this was all supposed to happen somewhere inside the ruin. However, it clashed with our non-linear philosophies. In order to have the information communicated to the player about Theos and the Soul Machine,
Theos.
it needed to be staged just right and go off without a hitch. By placing it in the ruin itself, it meant some of the non-linearity would need to be sacrificed in order to create a hard gate for the player. So we as designers could make sure we knew the exact moment this event would be triggered. At Obsidian, we often have quests and scenarios that branch in a myriad of ways. Each of these branches are conditioned by what we call gates. These gates keep the game responding to the player by closing off paths and opening new ones based off actions they perform. A piece of dialogue, for instance, might be gated by a certain amount of disposition. This helps reinforce the suspension of disbelief for the player because to them, the world is responding according to their actions in a real way. A hard gate, however, implies a more rigid gate, one that is meant to funnel the player to a singular point by making sure the gate is only open by a singular action. In this instance, a hard gate was needed so we could know the exact position of the player as well as make sure they were not in combat or doing some other action simultaneously. This is often achieved by level transitions. Since we know the player cannot travel while in combat, we don't need to worry about that. In one scene results in the visuals of the whole level being curtailed for this one pivotal moment.
Alright. So, journal. Quests, visions, and whispers. After surviving an explosion outside the ruins of Silam's Liss, I experienced a vision. Since then, I have been hearing sounds with no source and seeing things that aren't there. Seek help for my condition. This is not the illness that struck me at the wagon. This is something new, an affliction of the mind, perhaps. With luck, someone in Gilded Vale will know what to do. The Gilded Vale. Gilded Vale is said to be one of the most prosperous villages in the Deerwood. That is a lie. Full of opportunities for work and wealth. That is also a lie. I was told they're offering land to new settlers. That is true. Alright. Let's move on. So I guess we have to pass through the Valewood to Gilded Vale. Now, in most RPGs, you might be tempted to just fuck around and explore. But this game actually, especially in Path of the Damned, you can actually fucking die if you just fuck around and, you know, don't stick to the main quest. Oh, good. Supplies. Let's, I'm gonna try to get as much loot here as I can but basically you do not want to stray too far off the beaten path. In Pillars of Eternity, each area tends to have a main road. The main road tends to be safest. Veering off the road.
The Valewood is the first wilderness the player is introduced to
Okay.
in the game. Like any Infinity Engine wilderness, these areas are rife with dangers, treasures tucked away in nooks and crannies, as well as your fair share of characters with tasks or quests of their own.
Thank you, Matthew.
A lot of what we wanted to do with this wilderness was lead the player towards the Gilded Vale, using the characters they meet along the way. By giving the player the option to get involved with either the bandit camp or Naunton down near the south end of the map, it gives the player the impetus to explore the Gilded Vale once they arrive, now that they have acquired a few tasks to investigate. We also wanted to, again, reinforce the non-linearity of the game by putting those encounters off the beaten path, more or less. That way, if the player wanted to beeline straight for the Gilded Vale and happened to miss these NPCs, they could get leads about them in town and come back to the wilderness later.
Yep. Basically, it's a bad idea. In normal mode or even expert mode, you can clear some of these solo, but it's not a good idea to do it in Path of the Damned. You can just die. You do. I think there's like a... Yep, there's an encounter here. I guess we can take him out. Yeah, he should be easy enough. I can take him out. It's just him. There. Or her, him. And Milady is dead. Ooh, sword, shield, leather armor. I'm actually gonna circle around back after I've gotten enough companions to handle these side quests. Oh hey, it's Naunton. Damn thing, come on.
Hello.
This man appears to be hurriedly dismantling his camp in quick, jerky movements. He looks up as you approach, his expression tense and drawn. Greetings, he says, a little breathless. On your way south, is it? He wipes his brow, turning to face you. The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think. Our caravan was attacked. I've been trying to get to Gilded Vale. Hard luck, and I'm sorry to hear it. You should be fine from here. There's no missing the Vale if you keep to the road, and you haven't far to walk. But you'll want to keep clear of this place after that. We were just attacked north of here. Me and a friend of mine. We came out here to hunt some deer. Came up on a bear and said, great monstrous thing, and Pearly, he didn't make it. He shakes his head. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest already cost me a friend. I'm heading home before it takes anything else. Who are you? Name's Naunton. Norton Antivirus, according to Pyrion Flax. Born and raised in Gilded Vale. Haven't had a spot of luck since. His face twists. Luckier than Pearly, I suppose. In any case, this forest already caught... Okay, you've already told me that. What happened to your friend? We didn't see it coming. Naunton's voice shakes a little as he speaks. We were following a stag. Pearly, he saw something in the brambles, and we went tearing off after it. We all but stumbled into the cave. Poor Pearly didn't stand a chance. The bear was on top of him before we knew what was happening. The beasts will take what they will, I suppose, he smiled sadly, and this time Galloway's favor fell upon the bear. Where did you find this bear? In a cave a ways up that way. He turns to point to the northwest. I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast. Would hate to hear that it took another life. So the first time I played this game, I actually tried to look for the bear and I fucking died. And I was playing on normal mode. So that's how... That was basically a wake-up call for me. Like, oh yeah, this is basically Baldur's Gate. You will die if you get cocky. Farewell. Alright, enough fucking around. Let's go. Gilded Vale. Stretch, loading. Welcome to scenic Gilded Vale. With its Christmas tree and its ornaments. Oh, look! On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
I feel at home already.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
No.
Are you Absolutely certain. Lord Raderick has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst. His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radrick's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with the Biowak. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider
Not right now. I can talk to her later.
After she failed Lord Raderick, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all. But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in Gilded Vale understand our rules. You said something about Hollowboard and Widewind's legacy before. He blinks. I forget that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homelands. The Hollowborn have been a scourge upon the Deerwood for almost 15 years now. He lowers his voice to a whisper, children born without souls. He shakes his head, pitiful, dumb things that breathe barely but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease, some say they are a punishment from the gods. He raises his empty hands. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after the saints swore, and so the name Widewind's legacy stuck in honor of that foul, blasphemous pretender. His voice shakes with vitriol. I see. Lord Raderick's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interests at heart. Before I got here, I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. He regards you carefully. You'll want to mind where you mentioned that trespassing on Ingwithan ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Barath have mercy, we certainly have. I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a Biwak. He polishes his spectacles on his sleeve. If you'd been that close to a Biwak... Spectacles! Thank you for reminding me, Orget. I need to put on my glasses. I have not been wearing my glasses for this entire playthrough. Oh my goodness. I had them on my desk because I was cleaning my kitchen. Okay, let's put these things on. Okay, I probably have to clean these a bit more, but fuck it. If you'd been that close to Biok, you wouldn't be standing here. Goodbye.
Out of...
Dang. Ominous bell.
Listen!
Yes, I'm listening. And... Oh,
Two tolls.
shit.
Let that be the last. 3. Gods
Yep.
have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed.
Oh no, my arrival is ill-timed. I need to put this thing down and clean it.
3 bells toll only for the death of a Radrick. I fear Lord Radrick's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
What happened? He shrugs one bony shoulder. I will know more details when the messengers arrive. The vagaries of childbirth, perhaps, but that is not your concern. What do you mean? You come to us at a time of mourning. The legacy has struck at the heart of Gilded Vale. Our efforts to redeem ourselves in the eyes of Barath must be redoubled. He sets a steady gaze on you. Oh no. Does this affect the Lord's offer to new settlers? I can be sure of nothing right now. I advise you get some rest, the inn or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Alright, that's my clue. I guess I'm going to start recruiting some party members. I can't put on my glasses while I have my headset on. I have to take off my headset and then put my headset on top of my head while already wearing them. Alright, cool. Farewell, my dude. XP. How much, how close am I to leveling up? How do I check my XP? Okay, I am close.
It's usually best to leave the beginning of the game for last. So this area was designed in the advanced stages of development. The idea here was to convey a rundown, bleak farmer's town that suffers from the iron rule of a local warlord. Redrick is the name, whose hall lies nearby, and it's also its own adventure area. Here in Gilded Vale, it was important to give a glimpse of how bad things really were in this world right away. So I made sure to design the layout in such a way that the tree with the hanging bodies became one of the first things to appear in view when you first arrived to town. Another important buildings to introduce you included an inn, because you need an inn somewhere at the start of an RPG, that's just expected. Places to shop and tinker, like the blacksmith and the mill, and also places that would illuminate background history, like the ruins of the Euthasian temple, which figures in the general narrative that we constructed in the area's quests and characters.
Alright. So Adair is one of the possible companions. You can't recruit him like right now, but we can click on him.
Looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
Strange way to talk about your dead. He looks up at the tree and breathes out. Half the town's up there now. Seems like no right way to talk about it. I don't think I'll be needing any help. He shrugs. Seems you're better off than most around here then. He turns his attention away, watching the village around him. There's a clue. He has a portrait and his face is on basically the package of this game. Well, if it were sold in a physical format. But basically, it was just his face is in the front of the game, basically. If I recall, there's like a hidden thing here.
Easy now.
There it is. And I need to re-enable the auto pause. Hidden object. So we don't accidentally walk into a fucking trap. Oh, another thing that you might notice are these NPCs with golden backgrounds. These are basically donor NPCs for the Kickstarter. They have backstories that don't really matter in the game. Someone just posted to have this backstory posted here. Reach out for the soul. So that's their backstory. It's not really relevant. And what they did, I think in part 2 Deadfire, they stopped doing this because it was distracting and it was very obtrusive. A lot of people did not understand that these NPCs were not actually part of the plot. Okay, so what he told us was to get some rest at the inn. And let's recruit Aloth. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf. I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat. The others, 2 folk men and an elven woman, don't look convinced. So, folk is the in-universe term for human. So 2 human men and an elven woman don't look convinced. The woman crosses her arms. Hoping to soothe our pride with a few dear coppers, eh? She spits at his feet. We don't need your coin. What's going on? One of the other men points at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. Mocking us even while he shelters in our village. Just goes to show you what these fancy Edir manners are worth. We don't take to that kind of treatment, not from foreigners, and especially not from Edirans.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
Okay, interesting.
I'll cut that barrel-looking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Yes, Aloth! You are a totally normal and well-adjusted person, and not someone with 2 souls in his body. The elven woman draws a blade. That's where you're wrong. I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. The 3 drunks scowl at you, and why is that? He's reaching for something, and since it's not the rapier at his side, it's either a wand or a throwing dagger, and you don't look ready to deal with either. They look at each other. One of the men gives the other two a warning shake of his head before turning to you. We're done for now, but this one better watch his step around here, because we're not going anywhere. With a final scowl at the elf, he turns to leave. As the three stumble away, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
I'm glad I could help.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts, though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvusser, at your service.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing, and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious. What exactly did you find there?
A beeline.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. But it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
Just what are you doing in Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
And you? I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
Just how did you manage to cross those three drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
I love how there's a blunt version and a diplomatic version. You did make a rather loose suggestion regarding one of the aggressors and his own sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too often after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I see. For which I am grateful. Let's discuss something else, shall we? You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
So do I. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Heck yeah, Aloth has joined the party.
How may I help?
Okay, what are your spells? How do I change spells? Here we go. I guess, yeah, this is fine.
Yes?
Yes?
I already know this.
Indeed.
Let's keep looting shit. The Black Hound Inn. That is a reference to the cancelled Baldur's Gate 3, The Black Hound. There's even art from Baldur's Gate 3, The Black Hound here. The floorboards are sticky with spills that no one has bothered to clean.
There's a couple of jokes in here about the inn's previous owner having disappeared, you might note, and that grew out of our never hearing back from the innbacker. It's all meant in good fun, of course. I had a little poster in my office of the old promo art for Baldur's Gate 3, and while we were thinking of names for this place, I started using the Black Hound as a placeholder, thinking that it wouldn't stick. It ended up getting the thumbs up, and Josh Sawyer asked Art to implement the poster image as a stained glass window on the lower floor. The dog upstairs actually came later. Once we started assigning locations to the various pets, the placement for the black dog seemed fairly obvious.
Yep. Thank you, developer lady.
How do you do?
Oh, greetings and welcome to the Black Hound Inn. The innkeeper bows her head curtly. Please sit where you like. Would you like a drink or room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today, unless you're fond of cold porridge. You only serve porridge? Alof looks at you and shakes his head quickly. It isn't by choice, I assure you. We used to serve some of the finest meals in the Deerwood. We've had a damnable run of luck, is all. It's been a bad season for the crops and we're running low on supplies. I sent Tenfrith up north to stock up. Clue. Tenfrith's our cook, you see, an artist with a good roast, but it's been days since he was supposed to return and we haven't seen any sign of him. She sighs again. I've only just taken over from the last owner myself. I don't know what I'll do if he doesn't turn up. I could try to find him for you. Really? Her face brightens. I'd be grateful to you if you did. He was traveling through the Valewood. It's probably nothing, a broken wheel maybe, but I do worry. He's hostage. You see him safely home, and I think everyone in here would sing your praises. Nobody much likes my porridge. I'd like a room, please. Of course, we keep them nice and tidy. Alright, so do we want resolve or perception mechanics? Fuck it, let's go for mechanics. We can disarm traps. Press. Ooh. You have a nice fireplace. Hopefully not with a KFC fire log. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inwards like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Not because she likes anime. Though it fills you with a new queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead.
Yes?
But first, let's fucking loot everything that isn't considered thievery. Click this.
I'll have this open in no time. It's done.
XP! What items does Alof have equipped? So, I normally equip the melee weapon in the primary slot and the ranged weapon in the secondary slot. Added armor, I guess, yeah, that's fine. He has a unique armor which has plus 10 area of effectability. Oh, we can even add bonuses now. We start crafting now? Quality. Requires level 4. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Guess we can give this to Alof. I mean, it's not really much, but every bit helps. Let's give this to our main character. So in this game, you can't just use items from your inventory. You have to equip them to your quick slots. It's just the main difference between this and Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights. In-guest. Okay, that is considered stealing, so I'm not gonna do that. Hey, there's a black hound. This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Pet the dog. How's the game going? It's going fine. It crashed about like 10 minutes into the playthrough, and I had to restart my entire PC. And then ever since then, there have been no technical issues. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm playing a fighter. named after my D&D Eldritch Knight. The dog's tail thumps happily against the floorboards. Let's click the dog again. Oh, I guess I can't grab the dog. I think I have to talk to the innkeeper about the dog first. No, it was just a one-time thing. I mean, it wasn't just Pillars of Eternity. Also, OBS crashed. I think it was because I was in full screen mode. So what I did was, after I restarted, was I switched to windowed mode, and that seems to have fixed everything. Well, I am recording right now. I mean, it's an Obsidian game. Obsidian games are not known for their stability. They're known for their gameplay and their story. Alright, let's talk to this lady, Caldara de Beranzi. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Oh no, this isn't my first playthrough. I've played this game multiple times. Have you played this game before? Reach out for the woman. Click. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Yeah, I'm playing Path of the Damned, but not expert mode, and not it's not solo, not expert, and not trial by iron. So just generic, just normal Path of the Damned. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog. Her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Ah, we're both Valiants. Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I, wherever here may be.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
So you played this? Have you played the sequel as well? And have you finished this and or the sequel? And what class did you play, my dude or my lady? I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher? I already know what a watcher is. I'm just doing it for the audience, mother lover.
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
Thank you, Caldara. So I named my ship the Herald of Borat because in part 2 you become the Herald of Bereth. And obviously the ship is not me, so I just call it the Herald of Borat. Hide the pain, Harold. Hide the pain of dying and getting rezzed by Bereth. Continue.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder.
When all goes well? Oh no.
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a long tuft of whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks, so she has a beard.
You should see old Maerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Oh, interesting. Thank you for the follow, viewer. I think I survived with Biowak. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing.
Yeah, I'm planning on importing my character. Well, no, you don't really import your character from PO 1 to PO 2. You import your save game from the previous game and then create a new character in PO 2. I'm going to be playing a battle mage in PO 2. I can't do that here because, there's no multi-classing in part 1.
Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your black expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer.
But being a melee mage isn't really as tanky as a fighter, though, and I kind of dissociate the character from their mechanics. Basically, I am role playing a character, and their skill set may or may not. Well, their personality isn't tied directly to their abilities, if that makes sense. I'm more of a role player / consequentialist, also knows a bit of optimization. And fighter seems more practical. With mage, it's a bit cumbersome to, I guess, keep rearranging my spells. Plus, I already get Aloth anyway, very early into the game. I guess it's just more practical to be a fighter. Alright.
Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
So yeah, actually before I finished character creation, I was actually thinking of playing perhaps a chanter or a melee wizard, but I decided to be a fighter instead. Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted.
She's dead now. Radric killed her.
A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
What's an animancer? Do you watch Attack on Titan?
A student of the soul. Something so basic.
Okay, so you watch
so
Bleach
poorly
then?
Understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime.
Like Bankai.
Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations. Miracle workers. My parents were soul twins. Miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other. Turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
I had other questions.
Of course, dear.
Actually, I didn't have any. Farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldara closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. Ding! Crucible of the Soul. Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seemed lost just now. I'm a watcher. His arched eyebrows receded to said, well, that is interesting. He gives you a sly grin, and I expect that explains how you survived the bivouac, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about watchers? Only that they're rare and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions. He coughs, as he just demonstrated. Let's continue on. Ooh, level up. Alright. So, I guess, do you want athletics? No, fuck it. There we go. Let's spread out my stats a bit. Ooh, fighter abilities. Guardian stance. Nope. Disciplined barrage, confident aim, defender. So I get -5 deflection, but 2 enemies engaged. So basically it makes me a much better tank. But no, fuck it, I'm an offensive fighter. Let's go with confident aim. I can hit things. Aloth, let us level you up. Guess let's give him, I guess, stealth and athletics. So at least he has some second wind. He can recover in battle. Alright, so now for his level 2 spells. I'm a big fan of Curse of Black Insight. This is a very powerful ability. Blinded for 26 seconds is huge. Oh, hi there, OCX. As it's been a huge, it's been a long time. Hello and goodbye and take care, I guess. First of Black Insight, and I want to say Merciless Gaze, Infused Vital Essence. Oh wait, this is part 1. His spells are per day, not per encounter, so I have to be careful a bit. Combusting Wounds. I guess I can have more of this. Do I want more second level spells, or do I want him to also have level 1 spell? Ah, fuck it. I'll just get more second level spells. Let's go with Infuse. Nope. I guess that's Mirrored Image. Necrotic Lance. I guess Infused Vital Essence will do. Next. Okay, let's talk to Adair.
17.5.
What? Nani? The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against the mossy rock wall. His pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. Ooh, meaty hand, ooh. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk. I am straight, my dude.
17.5. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
Yep, that's right. What was that about the dwarf?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What makes you think I was interested in a dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Impossible, I don't drool half as much. Ha, so you're already familiar. Still, you'll have to forgive my curiosity. Round here we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
None taken. Good. They don't mean it personal when they hang folks here. I have to remind myself.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war? Saints' War. Only one in my lifetime. Fellow decides he's a living incarnation of Eothas. Overthrows Ried Seras, marches on Deerwood, so we gave him a Deerwood and hello. What's a Deerwood and hello?
We blew him up.
He smiles at this, but it is the smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. Who is Eothas? God of rebirth and redemption, formerly anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. I had other questions. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Radric sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsch. plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Radric, then for protecting me. What does your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, and then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side.
Spoiler alert, you are actually right.
So safe anymore.
Woden fought for Rhyd Seras.
Said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
You can see why I was so eager to leave. As Alice says, who's Kolsch?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, wrong button.
And one after the... Seems that's no
I meant to say,
longer a
who's
concern.
Kolsch? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Drinking, mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Widewind's legacy started with Widewind. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Cadnua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Let's get going. Alright, let's rearrange these fellows.
Hey.
Adair is a sword and shield fighter. What are your abilities? Talents, rather. Okay. Interesting. Aloth. Blast. What is blast? Okay, so you deal AoE damage when you attack with a basic attack. Weapon focus adventurer. Warbow. Is that a warbow on him? It is. I'm going to transfer this to my main character. And you, I guess I can give you a crossbow. Yeah, I guess that works. What levels, everyone? We are just level 3, I see.
Yes?
So, I've been streaming for a little over 2 hours, because that would also include the time when the game just crashed. Child. Papa says the temple is cursed. He's right, the temple is cursed. What is this? It's a random house. Oh, it's these two. Ingrid. This man and woman appear to have been deep in conversation, working at closing 2 bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices your approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
How do you do?
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this man, Naunton? Naunton coughs. Yes, I think we met in the Valewood. I warned him about the bear. He inclines his head. Glad to see you've made it. Was there something else you wanted? You two seem to be in a hurry. Yes, I imagine so, Ingrid laughs. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay, and she looks at Nanton. Well, in truth, I think I've had my fill of this town. Nanton reaches to take her hand. It's time for some new scenery. Is there anything you can tell me about Gilded Vale? Ingrid smiles wryly. Only that you'll want to be moving on as soon as you can. You'll have seen the tree, I imagine, but the rot goes deeper. If you were looking for work, I'd say you have a better chance of it elsewhere. We're headed for Defiance Bay ourselves. Alright, goodbye.
I'm here.
There's a book. There's a thing here.
I shall.
As long as it doesn't have a red container thing, it's fine to loot. It doesn't count as stealing. Alright, so there's another house here. What is that? That's just a random house, I guess. Springberry. Gold rot chew, that's drugs. You see, crafting. Food. Oh, I don't have it. Let me make some potions. Potions of Wizard's Double. Ooh. Spirit Shield, regeneration. Requires copper and Settler's Arrow. What about scrolls? What scrolls can we craft? Prayer against fear. Interesting. Fan of Flames requires Burned Lady. Alright, so let's continue. What's in here? I'm just going to explore the town. It's been a while since I played this game. I'm pretty sure this is just a random town with some, some donors. Oh, that's stealing. That's stealing. Yeah, that's not steal from them. Anything here? Nothing. Alright. So I feel like I should be, I want to collect some party members first before I do some side quests. Also, I want to unlock these alternate paths. So, like the Infinity Engine games, if you, did I not transition here? Where's the transition? Ah, there it is. So, basically, the part of the map you click will unlock the area to the north. So, click. Oh, I already unlocked it, Valewood. What about here? Where's this go?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Oh, gather the party. Okay, it unlocks Esternwood. Barrett's Bell. I guess that this one also unlocks something else. Oh, the Black Hammer Smithery. Can I enter this? Oh, this building, I guess, is locked. Can't go through there. Go in there, rather. Let us go to the smith. Buy some shit. And sell some shit. Loading! Lots of loading in this game. And you're back. Welcome back.
Tuatano the Smith is supposed to be in pretty good with Lord Raedric, which hopefully explains why his shop is gigantic. I think at the time, whenever we got leave to design a new area, we tended to want to use as much of the allotted space as possible. At one point, the bellows in here were hilariously oversized, even for an Amawa. I'm a little sorry we got that fixed.
Oh, that was it? The bellows sigh into the furnace, and the coals burn brighter still. This Amawa man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome, you're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? What do you have here? You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be, but we've fine weapons and armor to offer yet, all forged right here at the Black Hammer. What happened? We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now, and haven't seen a sign of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. Or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe to make some coin. Tuatano snorts, as if that lot would dare. He's right about the bandits. The dire situations in villages like this and the exodus to the cities has created far too many opportunities for unscrupulous sorts. Tuatano scratches his jaw, thinking, if you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon. Or my shipment, at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace, Lord Radric. Tuatano glances at the nearby guard, and that's as it should be. But it doesn't leave much for our outsiders. We just don't have the iron. I'll see them back safe and sound. I'd appreciate your trying, anyhow. You bring back the supplies at least, I'll have much more to offer you. A discount to start. And if you do find my workers, you give them a good smack upside the head for me. They're dead! Oh, I guess I can't do that. That's stealing. Let me actually see what he has for sale.
Gods keep you.
Not much, I think. Ooh, he has some unique items. Bronze figurine is 6,000. I want to save up for that. This is a once per rest summon item that is very, very useful. Okay, so let's do some side quests. And I just realized I have not saved the game at all since I started. I need to do that because even though we have autosaves, this is an Infinity Engine game after all. And you know, I don't want to accidentally lose everything. Let me see. Anyway, I'm gonna make a beeline for Cadnua so I can get Durans and Kana. So let's go to Madran's Fork. I'm just gonna collect companions and then circle back and do a fuck ton of side quests. That's metric.
Even though only one quest leads back to this area, I still wanted to make sure that something changed for the player that got further into the game and then decided to check out Magran's Fork again. For a short while, a few of the classes, priests, chanters, and ciphers, were a little further behind than the others in terms of functionality, so they ended up underrepresented in a few areas. The encounter with Grammarvel was basically an effort to place all of those neglected classes somewhere and try them out.
She's talking about a late game quest
indeed.
with a bounty. Let's follow the road. Where's Durance? There he is, the Shrine of Magran.
Saw you in the flames.
Squatting at the base of this statue is an incredibly ugly man with bulging red cheeks raked by pox scars and a scraggly beard. He is sweating as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows, but that comparison feels strange and unwelcome. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap, and then out of nowhere there is the hint of an alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell.
Come to pray at the statue?
Ooh. The question mark is barely there. As the man makes the statement, the statue takes on a reddish cast, as if one is holding a torch to it, then slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway.
Ooh. Senpai noticed me.
I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow. If that's enough of a promise for you. If not,
dun dun dun. I need to check something. Alt tabbing for a bit. Okay, interesting. Let's close that. I got a ping on Discord from my D&D group. Strange choice of company. Stone seems cold comfort. The man smiles slightly at your words and nods, never taking his eyes off you. I could do better, though the road holds little else. His eyes run the length of your frame, and he follows it with a sneer. Until now.
The world holds many whores we worship.
Whore!
Respect
That's his catchphrase.
comes with honest titles. I bet even you have gone against instinct in exchange for a little copper, or paid for such in countless ways. But if I give offense, if words are all that are left to a man, then why in the Deerwood of all places he should have leave to speak them?
Examine the statue. The weaving firelight from the statue gives off no heat, so much so you wonder if it is some trick of the mind. The ugly man before you doesn't seem to notice it or feel it, although the sheen on his brow is still present, as if he's burning up from within. I will study the man. The sudden weaving flames from the statue of Magran cast more light on his features. The man's robes are dirty, stained with grease and other marks of the road. The hems of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned at the edges, as if he walked a great distance across a fire, then reached into the flames with his hands to pull something out. That is correct. But while his hands are thick and callous, they bear no burn or scorch marks. I will look at his staff. Ooh, ooh. The staff looks thick, stout, of blackened ash once burned by a terrible fire. Beneath the ash, the lines in the wood bear shapes and patterns, and there is a certainty the staff was once something far more dangerous. But not now. As you study it deeper, it shimmers slightly in your eyes, like water catching the light weaving across the statue. Whatever power was bled from the staff, it doesn't make it or the wielder any less dangerous. You look up to see the man watching you studying the staff. As his gaze meets yours, he nods with a humorless smile. I didn't catch your name or why you would want to speak with me.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter? It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from, or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now. If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
How did you know I was a watcher? Click. Durance shakes his head and his hand curls tightly on his staff. I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away, one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place.
Oh no.
We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours. All tightened up, like a huntsman's knot.
You saw my soul in the flames.
There's things we can teach each other, if you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their mewling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire.
Wow, that's a
I
loud
won't take
engine
from
outside.
your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable. Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
What kind of marks?
Disease? Spirit wind? Both could have touched you, yet here you stand.
Exactly right. That was the disease we had at the start of the game. And the spirit wind is the biowac that we almost died to.
As for disease, not all of us were close to water when the pox hit. But it's no longer a passenger in my flesh. It left its marks as well. But like flames, the pox doesn't strike twice, nor is it catching.
If your stone mistress there allows it, then come on.
Her? Don't fear her jealousy. Let us see what the road holds, Watcher.
Quick. Durance has joined the party. Yeah, Durance is like a lawful evil or neutral evil by D&D standards. So priests are weird in this game. Any class can wear any armor, but armor slows down your spells. And it's actually better to have him not do anything, just idle in combat, so you can be ready to cast Withdraw or any of the heal spells to save your party.
You can trust me.
Unlike in the Infinity Engine games, The action pool is shared between attacking and spellcasting, kind of like in Neverwinter Nights. I'm actually gonna have him be passive. I'm just gonna have him behavior none. I'm just gonna have him sit idle.
Laying low.
Anything here? Nothing hidden. Cool. Let's make our way to the Black Meadow. I'm gonna recruit Kana, and I'm not sure if I should level up first or if I should try to clear Kadnua. But basically, I'm gonna try to grab as many party members as I can before I do the side quests. All right. Ooh, set. Quick. St. Huron's Horn. Oh, Anslow's Compass. I need to go to the right. There we go. Click. Black Meadow. Click. So we have, as our main character, a, XP. So we have Fighter, Wizard, Cleric. We're gonna get a Bard soon, and our next companion will be a Cleric.
Black Meadow originally started out as more meadow and less black, but with more dragon skeletons. It was also much easier to get lost in since everything looked the same. This was also one of the earliest wilderness areas in the game to get made, so things were still being figured out at the time. Thankfully, there was plenty of time for revisions and some actual black was added to Black Meadow. I also added some Burned Lady mushrooms to the burned-looking area because really, who wouldn't?
What?
Burned Lady. That's that lets us craft. Oh, Forest Troll. Let's avoid these for now.
Keeping an eye out.
I'm gonna make a beeline for Kadnua and just ignore everything here. Okay. Dragon. Field mice scatter crawling beneath the beast's teeth. Ooh. Orchard people. Alright, we made it. Heck yeah. And now we're in Kadnua. Ding. There we go. More XP. How much XP did we get? Well, we're going to be level 3. I think I actually need to grind.
Kadnua, or the player's stronghold, was one of the more technically challenging levels in the game. Not only is this level the player's home base for most of the game, but the design had to conform to specific constraints based off the system we use to dynamically alter the map as the player upgrades their stronghold. We had to take special care of how parts of the scene spatially related to one another. Due to the nature of our tiling system, the map was more or less built on a grid, but still needed to feel organic. This was to ensure the level never felt bland in its layout, while still being cognizant that if the player upgraded a specific building or other landmark on the map, it wouldn't overlap with another.
Interesting. Cool. Cheerful humming. Just off the side of the path into Kadnua stands an imposing figure, a tall, thick-set Amawa, clad in worn armor and peering up at the outer walls of the keep. In his hand is a small piece of charcoal, and it works feverishly at taking notes upon a small scrap of paper. More than once he has to reach up to prevent his colorful cap from falling off his head as he gazes upwards. That moldy brick must be fascinating. The man looks over at you, blinking in surprise. His face splits in a wide and very toothy grin, and he waves the parchment in greeting.
It is. Well, not the wall itself, perhaps. The construction is very traditional. There are names scratched upon some of the bricks.
He's a bard with a gun.
Workers and masons, I expect, carving a little immortality for themselves. It's a fine keep, Kadnua. 2 centuries to its name, and abandoned for nearly as long. But the truly interesting part is in there, and I haven't had much luck in reaching the keep itself. I hoped to find the master of this place, a man by the name of Maerwald, but it seems that he either holds his privacy most dear, or else has been devoured by his house guests.
I came here looking for Maerwald as well.
Oh, truly? Then perhaps we can help one another. The grounds are infested with all manner of beasts. I've never seen the like. I didn't want to risk it alone, but you seem capable. Together, I'm sure we could manage it. And then we can both ask our questions of Maerwald. I seek a great treasure, you see. Not gold or silver, but the Tanvi Oratoa. You might call it the Book of Virtues. It's a sacred text of the Rauatai, but we possess only a fragment of it. A year I've journeyed in search of the rest, and I uncovered evidence that leads me to believe the original lies just there, beneath the keep.
Why would this Tanvi Oratoa be here in the Deerwood? Precisely, that is the very question. It is a long and twisting tale, my friend, as all good chance should be. I can tell you more if you wish it in time. Let's go meet Maerwald then.
Excellent. Lead on, my friend, and I will be at your heels. Wait. Speaking of that, I ought to warn you first. Wondrous teeth, I nearly forgot. I have, at times, been followed. It began in Adir, and in Exometal they attacked outright. I believe they do not wish for me to find what I am looking for.
Ooh.
I say believe, but I have been told as much by one of my would-be assassins. I pay them little mind. Humorless sorts in long robes. But it's why I bought the sword, you see. And it's only fair that you should know.
What are a few assassins between friends?
I'm glad you're not discouraged. Come then. Who knows what we will find inside?
The bard has joined the party. Okay,
Following your lead.
Let's see. He has a magic S-stock. I will be using that for myself. I guess I'm gonna pass you down my own S-stock, and you can use a gun. You can shoot things to death. For you, endurance, I guess, be fine. You're not gonna be attacking anyway. Adir, okay.
Following your lead.
Okay, Chanter spells. Let me see what your oh, here you go. Here's how you modify it. So, I guess I can just have that. It doesn't really do much, but whatever.
I'm here.
Alright, so first, before we enter the keep itself, let us loot the areas to the side of the keep. There's like a lot of these herbs, these crafting ingredients we can grab. Well, by a lot, I mean just 3. And now we're gonna ninja our way to the keep. I hope I can actually like finish this. It's gonna be a tough fight without a lot of items. But we go
Let's see
stealth.
what lies this way. Old and dry with cobwebs in every crack.
So I actually figured this out on my own without using a walkthrough. I'm kind of proud of it. I had to figure out how to bypass a lot of the bullshit fights in this level. And, oh, there's one there. Yeah, we can just bypass that. Ninja! We're gonna sneak in and basically take out Maerwald, which will get rid of all these ghosts. Fighting these ghosts will give a little XP, but it's really, really not worth it, in my opinion. It's just so not worth it.
Hey.
Right there, you go here. Oh. Shoot. Hop out of stealth. Oh, I'm confused. Shit. Let's shoot it with Arcane Assault.
Let's have it out!
Okay, now it's immune to prone. Oh shit. Confused. No, don't attack him. Nice. Let's actually keep fighting. Oh shit, there's a lot of them. Let's Iconic Projection. There. We got him. Can you cast spells yet? Yeah, you can summon. Oh, frame rate is dying. Oh my goodness, my frame rate. Let's actually give them AI scripts. Aloth. Damage. Or rather, no, crowd control. Okay, you lot attack. Click. I need to... Oh right, I don't have Durance auto attacking, which is my plan. Click that, click that. Aloth, what else can you do? Just keep clicking, I guess. Oh, you're immune to piercing. Shit. Oh shit. Immune to piercing. That sucks. Well, I actually can't do anything. That sucks. I'm just gonna have my character Crucible of the Soul, I guess. Okay, so you're not doing damage with that, so I'm just gonna have you stop attacking. I guess just stand there, turn off your AI script. Click, click.
Hey.
Second win. What damage type are you dealing? You have Crush and Slash. Okay, so you are actually at least dealing damage. Ring around the rosy. Nice. Durance is about to die. Okay, let's actually do this spell. So, one crush damage. Shit. Okay, you just stand there. You just don't really do anything. There, you have knockdown, but it doesn't. They're immune to knockdown, so. Okay, how many chance? You have 2 chance. Okay, what spell can you cast? Let's actually restore minor endurance. Oh shit!
Of
Okay, what else can we shoot him with? I need to rest after this. Holy shit! Let's magic missile.
lava will be on sea.
There. Okay, that was. It's been a while since I played this game. That was more painful than I imagined it. Okay, I'm gonna equip not the war bow but the pole axe, so I actually have a way of dealing damage to these motherfuckers. Well. Okay, so we're fine so far.
Leave our village! We've done nothing to you!
Talk.
You can't do this!
Do what?
This is our village! Our home! The Nine Claws have lived here almost 50 generations! We were here long before your kind brought war to our lands! You can't just burn it all! Have mercy, soldier! Our warriors have all gone! You can't burn us all because of them!
He reaches out to you and opens his mouth to say something, but all that emerges is a series of violent coughs. He falls to his knees, choking on the thickening smoke. Flames overtake the vision as you back away.
Yes?
Alright, let's go in. Alright, so this is the part where we take advantage of terrain to fight them. Whispers of Yenwood. Okay, that is a sword. A really nice sword. +5 accuracy against spirit. -3 will. So we will give this to, I guess, Adair? Huh, interesting. Oh, right, because it's only against spirits. You're gonna keep your gun. What else? Crafting. What can we craft? Potions. Nothing really. Alright, so what we do is we huddle around this corner here.
Right away.
And basically,
Yes?
What?
we use the terrain so
Following
that
your
the ghosts can't
What?
surround us or teleport behind us.
Hey. Of course. Well, that's, unusual.
Alright. Actually, let me see if we can craft some things. Scrolls level 1. Okay, fan of flames, we can make some. This will be useful because they kind of deal damage. Spirits are vulnerable to fire in this game.
Yeah!
Miss! Fudge!
Alright.
Run back here. Okay, all of you, let's turn off your AI. I want you to actually do this properly.
Hey.
Okay, fan of flames. Durance. Oh. So blessing. Adair, I just want you to attack. Aloth, I want you to with arcane assault. There we go. Just keep doing arcane assault, and Kana, keep singing. And I guess keep shooting. Let me set your AI to aggressive. And aggressive auto attack. Adair is stunned. Now I'm gonna use Fan of Flames again, making sure I don't hit Adair. You're done. Okay, now we're gonna heal everyone. Or rather, Armor of Faith, that should be good. Okay, we blew them out. Nice. Now I need you to magic missile this motherfucker. Oh, Adair's down. Shit, I'm stunned. Durance, I need you to, I guess, Barbs of Condemnation. It's fine. Do you have enough chance yet? We try knocking you down. There we go. We're down to 1. More.
Stand still.
Nice. We did it. Heck yes.
I'm here.
We probably had to rest after that. Let's just rest to play it. Oh, camping's not allowed in this area. We have to go out. That was the hardest part of this dungeon. So we won't really have a lot of problems with the next one. Heal multiplier, I guess. Yep, rest. Skip.
I'm here.
Let's go back in. Now we can just power through the rest. Basically, it's... Or maybe I'm just going to keep luring them to that area.
I'm here.
Fuck it, let's keep going.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
This is the Great Hall of the Stronghold. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes here. Much like the exterior of the stronghold, all the content of this area had to serve multiple purposes and be conditionalized by various stages this area can be experienced in. When the player enters this scene, it is supposed to look like it is in complete shambles and haunted. There is combat in this level and the scene with the steward of Kenua. Once the player unlocks the stronghold and upgrades this area, however, it becomes a warm, grand, and inviting area where visitors will appear. On top of all of this,
I'm here.
The level also had to serve the purpose of a battle arena in instances where the player's stronghold has been infiltrated by the monsters of the Endless Paths.
I'm here.
All this was accomplished by making the Great Hall a rather long hall with a great lane in the middle that serves combat tactically.
How may I help?
Coincidentally, it makes the Great Hall all that much more great once it has been fully upgraded.
Lorenz, I need you to lure this guy
There's
here.
a lesson to be taught.
Oh, teleport.
Hey.
Oh, is my character stuck? Shit. Shoot. Okay, an assault. Dead.
Yes?
Heck yeah. Did we get XP for that? No, I think we already had enough.
I shall.
Alright, I think that's all of it. As you come to the end of the Great Hall, you perceive an inviting warmth radiating from a grand throne wrought out of marble, its masterful artistry out of place amidst the castle's more practical stonework. The veiled face of a woman is carved above the throne's backing, watching over the room with hollow eyes. At your approach, you feel the warmth fluctuate, and, as though stirring, a voice rings out from the carving, permeating the fortress through stone and air.
Another watcher in Cadnua, glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance.
I'm looking for Maerwald.
As am I. If you should happen to find him, I would be glad to know of it. Each day his absence brings new dust to my halls, new cracks to my stones. It's shameful is what it is. The Earl would never have let it come to this. You are free to search for him here. I will unbar the way.
You said these were your halls.
Not as a land is its lord's, more as a child is its mother's. This castle was my design, you see. The Earl appointed me to do it. I was getting on in years. I knew it would be my only chance to build something magnificent. When it was built, I couldn't bring myself to part from it, to go back to my lonely home. I begged the Earl to let me stay, to take care of it. It was all I wanted, and he granted it. Years later, when Bereth's usher finally came calling, I begged the Earl to find a way to let me remain, and so he did.
Are you imprisoned in that throne?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins, one of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul. Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
Tell me more about Maerwald.
He was a great man. He came here one day, young with long hair and polished armor, and he banished the dark things that had come to lurk in this place after centuries of neglect. He could see the beauty of this place, the way it had been. So he claimed it for his own when no one else would take it. We worked together to restore it. But he began to grow distant some time ago. He never told me why. He retreated deeper and deeper into the keep, never leaving, sending servants for food, hiding himself from my sight. The restoration stopped. Now, to look at the place, you'd never know the progress we'd made. In most places, it's worse than it ever was. And all I can do is watch it crumble around me.
Any idea where I can find Maerwald?
I can feel his presence faintly somewhere deeper inside the keep. But he uses his gifts to confound me, and my senses are dulled while he does so. I only wish I could know his mind.
What Earl were you speaking of?
The Earl of Yenwood. The original, in fact, when Deerwood was a colony. He found this site, the only ruin Ere Glanfarth refused to defend, and he believed its wealth would be great. The keep was his way of defending his family's claim, and that claim became his obsession. He had to know what lay beneath. He devoted his life to excavating the ruins below the keep. They had been sealed with rock and soil. Deliberately, it would seem. Years passed, and with them the Earl. He dug his entire life and never found what he sought. His obsession became his sons and his sons' sons. And one day, that young Earl broke through.
What did he find?
An endless maze, incomprehensible in its construction. But he would never come to learn more than that. Vile things had taken residence there, vile and dangerous. They poured up through the keep and slew its residents, the Earl among them. After that, the keep remained abandoned, unused, wasted. Maerwald's mastery of this place was the first hope I'd had in 200 years. How I've longed to see it as it once was. I can only guess why all this has happened. I fear I've wronged the gods putting this place here, and they've doomed me to watch it wear away into dust. To witness my own folly.
Farewell.
Take care in your search. Many dangers lie in wait here.
Alright, the door's open. Anything here? Oh, there's a chest. There's a chest. Uh-oh, when a character's health bar begins flashing red, it's a sign that they may soon be maimed or killed. Yeah, I know. Quick. Oh, there's nothing there. That's the treasury. That's where our stuff gets stored once we become Lord of the Keep. Spoiler alert.
Been out playing soldier again, have we? Go wash up and come help me shuck these peas.
She turns from you long enough to produce a basket that, like her, is shimmering and semi-transparent. And no complaints. You've got to eat your vegetables if you want to grow up strong and be a real soldier one day. Just like we agreed, right? What are you talking about? Soldiers are important.
Soldiers are important people. They defend the weak and punish the wicked. You're too young to understand now, but there are lots of wicked people. People like the man who murdered your father.
Remind me what happened to my father. Her brittle smile.
Before you were born, the Glanfathans attacked settlers like us. They said we'd knocked over some of their special Adra rocks. That's why they call it the Broken Stone War. They got very angry, and so they came into our villages and killed many people. Your father was one of them.
Yep, the father was a Glanfathan. He was one of the people the Glanfathans killed? That's what I said. Her voice is low and hoarse, and her hand is frozen over the basket. Something dark and empty clouds over her eyes. She drops the basket.
That's why you'll be a soldier one day. To protect and to avenge. Why don't you go back out and play? I'll finish up here.
Okay, it's the spider room. I think I'm gonna go to defender stance because you're really fucking tanky.
Laying low.
Like many of the Stronghold maps, the design of this area had to accommodate multiple sets of content. In this scene, the player's introduction to the area is a spider-infested dungeon where a great deal of combat and stealth can occur. Later on, once the player unlocks the Stronghold, the area serves as a dungeon where they can imprison various characters through their travels, in which in and of itself offers its own reactivity for this particular scene.
Okay, we're gonna go here. Oh shit. I'm gonna position Kana here because you don't really need to attack.
Right away.
Durance here.
How may I
Aloth
help?
here. It's gonna be a problem though because they will cast a web and we're gonna be stuck here. I guess we're gonna have
Alright,
Adair aggro them. Adair, my dude, aggro the spiders. Okay, so let's have Durance cast Blessing.
Yes?
Get certain on your AI, start engaging. Kana, start attacking. Durance, don't do anything. Alaf, I'm gonna micro you. There.
Hey.
And I guess Durance, I can have you attack because you're not really doing anything. Oh, you're poisoned. Sickened. That's fine. Dead. You can do that. And I guess Aloth can just auto attack now. There. Okay, so we're gonna take advantage of the fact that
following your lead.
We got charged. Oh, there we go. We're gonna extend the fight by doing that. Alright, so guess we're gonna disable them with blindness.
How bad?
Click. Click. Okay, they're blind. Nice. Now you're just gonna auto attack. You're gonna auto attack. Oh, just I guess click there. There. All right, we got everything.
Burn this away.
Oh, Durance, you're gonna die. Adair, I need you to knock this spear spider down. Oh, you missed. Fuck. Oh, Durance went down. I really should not have let him charge in. Nice, got it. Alright, we're gonna loot the place. Okay, click. There's more spider. There's more spiders there.
Keeping an eye out.
Durance, stay in the back. Adair, aggro these fools.
Yes?
Oh, I missed. Fuck.
What?
Guess we're gonna cast Blessing again.
Mow it. Mow it. Ixie.
Okay, you start shooting. Arcane Assault. There. I'm being efficient with my use of abilities. I'd rather not use my per rest abilities if I can help. Alright. Holy shit. That's a lot of damage. I needed to withdraw my character.
What? Breathe.
There. Spear spiders are strong. Alright, there we go. We got him. Now let's summon the skeletons.
Yes?
I'm here.
Oh, skeletons.
Rock 10!
There. And now your ranged characters shoot them. Guess I'm gonna... Do I have any area of effect spells? Yeah, I do. Repulsing Seal. Does that deal damage? Nope, not really.
There's a lesson to be taught.
Oh. Okay. How long until this thing lasts? 1 more second, and he's out. Okay, my character's back out. Good.
My friends.
Got it.
Hey.
Dead.
How may I help?
Oh, endurance. You're not attacking. Okay, you have spells. I'm gonna have you do this. Fuck. Alright. There we go. Got knocked back, so Durance can now disengage. Safely. Oh, my character went down again. Fuck. I guess let's blind this character. This spider. Let's switch you to melee.
Aztec worth and wrath.
Blinded? Yes, it's blinded.
New orders, Lieutenant. Ready your squad.
New orders? What's that? -2 move speed. Okay. I broke my knee. I used an adventurer until I broke my knee.
I shall be discreet.
The Scot is rough and split. Okay, click.
What?
A spectral man arrayed in armor and an officer's cloak studies a single sheet of paper. You can see straight through it to the ducal and Edir's insignias on his breastplate. He seems to read over the page several times before looking up at you. When he does, his expression is unreadable.
There's been a change of plans. Take your squad and march south all the way to the bow in the river. Bring a wagon team.
Stretch!
A dozen barrels of pitch.
Tell me about the orders.
The instructions come from Admeth Hadred himself, which means they might as well have come from the Duke. We're to burn those hut dwellers out. Set fire to the deerwood so they've nowhere to retreat. Cut them down when they come out. Or let them blaze if they won't. It'll make this even shorter than the Broken Stone War, all right. And we can only hope it'll discourage future conflicts.
This is the boy from earlier. He became a commander.
I know this is personal for you. It is for many of us.
Oh, no. This is the commander of the
understand,
boy.
We're doing this to end this war. Not to continue the last one. Remember that we're flushing out the enemy, not burning villages for sport. Bareth will have his work cut out for him tonight.
These are memories of Maerwald. This is him as an older man. Basically, the boy, the mother was talking to a boy, and the boy grew up to be a soldier. This is the boy's commander. All right, keep going. Might have to rest again. Because the fight with Maerwald is pretty fucking tough. Let me see if I can switch freeze damage. Okay, I guess I can use that.
Yes?
We'll take those farmers by surprise. Almost time. Di and Heather scouted the village last night. They're rounding up the rest of the party now.
What party?
Don't worry. Everyone remembers the raid was your idea. The Rio had to go along with it after you'd gotten the rest of the clan riled up. No one wants it said that the Nine Claws were too cowardly to stand with the rest of the tribe when the foreigners desecrated our ruins.
It's basically a cycle of violence, and Maerwald got born into both sides of the conflict. I see.
The tribes need more leaders like you. Women who value deeds over words. You were right. We were too soft when the foreigners first came, and now they humiliate us. We'll be soft no more, and the invaders will learn to leave us alone once and for all.
Dun dun dun.
Let's see what lies this way.
This area is the player's introduction to the Endless Paths of Odd-Nua.
Ooh, Arbalest.
While the Endless Paths are a completely optional dungeon, this area also contains content that is crucial to the critical path of the game. Because of this, the area needed to be segregated in parts by the sections that are pertain to the Endless Paths and what was critical path. but we didn't want to superimpose this design decision over the architecture and flow of the scene. This was accomplished by introducing tougher encounters if the player were to stray from the beaten path leading to the Old Watcher's Chamber. This would telegraph to the player that further dangers lie ahead, ultimately leading them onto the endless paths of Adnua.
Thank you, Mr. Perez. All right, let's I guess, what, heal multiplier or damage reduction? Yeah, let's go for damage reduction. We need tankiness. Rest. All right, let's do this. Oh, I lost the mechanics bonus. Shit.
I'll have this open in no time.
I have to use 3 lockpicks.
It's done.
Okay, let's save the game because we're about to get fucked. Click. There we go, boss fight.
No. Keep away from us. Leave us.
Maybe we should come back later?
Are you Maerwald? He looks up over his head, the muscles around his eyes twitching, and begins whispering to himself in sharp hisses, as though having an argument. All at once he stops shaking, a sudden calmness falling over him. His head tilts forward slightly, and he looks you dead in the eye, like a cornered animal about to pounce. His voice turns suddenly raspy.
Maerwald isn't here, and he isn't fooled. He has sent for no callers. Be gone, deceiving spirit.
I am a watcher. I met a woman in Gilded Vale who thought you could help me.
Maerwald will speak with you, but you will maintain your distance, or you'll have me to answer to.
These are his former lives. That's a soldier.
Come to speak to Maerwald? Maerwald whose touch is poison? Maerwald who knows not his effect?
I was told I am a watcher, and that you could tell me more about it. And about a tablet of some worth after that, once you two are finished, of course.
A window to the ether, where spirits dwell. Hear and reach into it, speak and listen through it. A watcher sees souls, reads them, knows their pasts, souls of the living, souls of the dead, an empath, and the souls see them back.
I see dead people.
To help beings in both realms did I. What the gods wanted of me, thought I.
The gods put me in the world for vengeance, and I obliged. It was the gods' wishes that we protect those lands. My way was the only way to remove the foreigners.
Little I knew.
I was accosted by spirits on my way here. What do they want?
No! No! Forgive me! Forgive me!
You seem to have lost your mind.
Lost? No. Found more of it. Too much. Too much to bear. An awakening.
Allah's eyes narrow as he looks at the old man. How could a simple awakening have driven you to this? You mean you remember your past lives?
Something reminds. Memories stirred. Memories before birth. Other bodies. Other times. Memory, personality, identity, any might resurface. Or all.
And I seem to be having a conversation with several of them right now.
Ghosts of the mind. Maerwald has lost control. Maerwald's body no more.
The spirits I passed, what are they?
Spirits, and not spirits. Always whispering to Maerwald, reminding him of his mistakes. No sleep. Watchers see memories before them, form them from the essence of their own souls. Once Maerwald awakened, he could not make them leave. Gave them more form, not less.
The spirits are memories from previous lives.
Troubled memories, angry memories, pulling Maerwald back, reminding him his mistakes. Marauder and soldier, soldier and marauder, how could they know?
I've seen apparitions like those elsewhere since I became a watcher.
Oh, no, 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 no. You too. You too.
All at once, in spite of his abject misery, his expression changes to one of utmost sympathy. Poor man, poor man.
They will take you too.
Allah's eyes dart between you and Maerwald. What exactly does he mean? Surely something can be done. You're saying I'll end up like you.
So fragile, the Watcher's mind. So real, his memories. Once awakened, how can he sleep?
Why do these past lives still trouble you?
My fault. All my fault. Soldier and marauder. Soldier and marauder and Maerwald. No forgiveness for what's past. No undoing what's done. No sleep. No sleep for the Watcher. War there was all around. War of stone. War of tree.
War of Tree. Oh, of course, the Broken Stone War and the War of Black Trees. This was in the early period of Adiran colonization. Fighting between the Deerwood colonists and the native Glanfathans, you see, but that was a long time ago. So the Broken Stone War is when some Deerwooden colonists basically broke some of the Adra pillars that were considered sacred by the Glanfathans. And the Glanfathans retaliated, and then the Deerwoodens retaliated by setting fire to their villages, the War of Black Trees. Black trees, as in, burnt black by fire.
Death we brought to the settler men. We, the 9 claws. Claws of 9. Worse what we did to the women. For love of the gods. The gods' love. For their love.
I met one of your memory spirits. There was talk of raiding a village. Maerwald's voice seems raspy, and he is somewhere else in place and time, speaking to someone unseen.
Hold her down. Head her. Give this Adir bitch an heir that belongs in Air Glodfath.
Maerwald cringes himself again, watching something he can't bear to see. Shaking his head over and over, he wails. His soul is marked by flame, and those marks will never heal. His trial has broken him, but better that than to live in weakness. Take your time, it's over now. It was long ago. Continue when you're ready.
The boy. The baby boy. The boy. Conceived in the raid. Conceived by force. Vessel for Marauder. Slain in the raid. Marauder and the boy. Marauder and soldier.
A baby conceived by the raider. What do you mean it was a vessel for him?
For the soul. Marauder's soul. Same soul. One soul. Boy's soul. Marauder's soul. Raised in lies and vengeance. Raised to soldier. Raised for the fire. Born for the fire.
So, explanation. The Glanfathans attacked a village and raped a woman. The rapist was killed, and his soul reincarnated into the unborn child of the woman he raped. The child would grow up to be a soldier to commit further atrocities on the Glanfathan, and then eventually the soul would reincarnate into Maerwald as you see today. And Maerwald, being a watcher, and an awakened watcher, remembers all of his lives. So he remembers raping his mother and then being born from his mother. And then growing up to avenge the people who raped his mother, who were his people from a different life. So that's why he's super fucked up right now. Then that was his mother I met in the keep. She told him his father was killed by the raiders.
You'll get no pity from me. The crimes of the 9 Claws clan in the last
This is his
war
next
still
life.
Unavenged.
After...
But the gods are just. They have led me here. In my father's name, every one of you will burn.
The ironic thing is that he is his own father. He was reincarnated into the vessel of the unborn child of the woman he raped, which is really, really fucked up. Yeah, this is a very dark story. By the Usher's crooked band. Maerwald's shoulders slump. He rocks back and forth, agitated. He mutters to himself, oblivious to your presence.
Soldier and marauder, Lies and vengeance and dead villages. All dead. All dead. What for? What for?
I see no reason, just bad luck.
How little we know.
If I'm awakened to a past life, how would that have happened?
You were reminded of it. Strong memories, lingering lives, they dwell near the surface, waiting to be remembered, waiting to take your mind for their own. Maerwald sat at his hearth and watched his fire, watched the wood burn. Then came the memory of another fire and burning wood and screams.
How do you tell a spirit from a memory?
Fragmented are memories, stuck in time, mindless, cruel, never far.
There must be some way to make these memories go away.
No. Always there, always remembered. Can't forget, can't unsee.
I didn't just remember, someone caused this. They wore masks and spoke of books and keys and a queen. There was a man there. He seemed familiar to me. He was my senpai, Theos.
Keys of lead, books of burden, queens that were. Known to me are they, the leaden key.
Ooh. The leaden key. It seems we share an enemy, Dale Keter. Assassins and Watcher Wakers both. They certainly keep busy. What can you tell me about this leaden key, aside from the fact that Aloth used to be one of them but deserted?
Secrets, secrets, and deceptions, and schemes. Who knows their answers? Not they. Not they. Crossed them before. Hatred of Watchers, hatred and fear. Much we see. Threat to secrets.
Who is this queen they pray to?
Woodica, goddess, crown shattered and body burned. Binder of oaths and grudge holder. Bearer of justice. But whose?
If the leaden key caused my awakening, could they undo it?
Many secrets do they keep. Unawakened? Mayhap. Who else if not they?
Do you know where I might find the leaden key? Right here, next to me.
City of Defiance. Never far from the Queen.
I need to go so I can search for this man from the leaden key.
Sleep well. Sleep well.
Hold! I know your will die. Your actions were seen. You would sooner betray us to the Adir land thieves than take orders from me.
You're confusing me with someone from a past life.
Your betrayal is for nothing. Your warnings are lost on these foreigners, and their blood will be Gallowayne's tribute this night. I have asked the elders for the honor of claiming your head as my first trophy, and they have granted it. Beg for the Seeker God to grant you a quick death.
End dialogue, boss fight. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna run the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Keeping an eye out.
Alright.
Indeed.
Get out, get out, get out, get out. Okay, we're gonna hold them at the choke point. Tactics.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, now you cast Blessing.
Yeah.
Switch to your gun. It should be fine, I guess. Stop moving.
Yes.
Yes?
Now I need you to cast, I guess, damage reduction. Oh, there's Maerwald. Let's blind them. Let me see if I can attack that. The small wind blight. Actually, I need you to attack Maerwald. Oh, you're stuck.
Yes?
Are you blinded? Yes, yes, he is. Nice. So it's blinded too. So let's try to knock down. So Maerwald is actually blocking the flame blight. So our tactics worked. Fuck yes. Oh, I hit with something? Did I miss? Oh, knockdown misses Maerwald. I'm sad. Just need to keep hitting them with this. Okay, you are blinded. I guess one more. Let's do this. If you can hit Maerwald, I guess that'll do. Okay, now Adair can help. Oh, what am I? I'm blinded. I need to retreat. Need to back off for a bit. His spirit shield 10. He has 99 fortitude. Holy fuck. Is this, I guess, deflection? Yeah, let's magic missile him to death. Or Minoleta's minor missiles. Let's cast all of it. This versus deflection. No, it's will. Holy power. Oh, let's cast this. To negate their blindness. Maerwald, you're gonna die. Let's summon some skeletals. Dude.
Following your.
Oh, he's very low. Shit. Adair's in the way. I can't reach him. Maerwald's dead. We got him. Okay. Okay. Y'all need to come here. Let them get hit by the thing. Immune to piercing, so I need to switch to my poleaxe. Endurance, you need to heal. You need to stop attacking. I guess stop attacking. Then you can cast, I guess, Kalacloth Sunless Grasp. Because they're vulnerable to cold. Cool. I guess more blessing, just so we can finish this quickly. Okay, nice. What are your defenses? Your will is 28, I guess? Here, let's halt you. So you take more damage.
This isn't working!
Is it halted? No. Oh, it's immune. What other spells do you have? I guess let's blind them. Dead. Alright, we got this under control. Okay, I need you to back off so you don't take damage. Click.
Yes?
Guess I'm gonna have you use this.
Suck!
Dead. We did it! We did it! There is a change in the air of the keep. What was thick and suffocating feels to you somehow more breathable, as though yielding to a conquering invader. Maerwald's body lies inert. You can feel his soul lingering there, uncertain. There is something unique about this soul in this place, a bond formed in decades of inhabitants and lordship that feels somehow palpable to you, as though even in death the keep knows its former master, and the former master remembers his keep. Speaker to the restless. Ooh. In your mind's eye, the bond seems to you as a frayed rope, ghostly and alive, its frayed ends writhing like tidepole anemones? Okay, tidepole anemones. And you find that if you concentrate on it, you have the ability to manipulate its strands. Repair the rope, bind him here eternally, sever the rope, allowing Maerwald to pass from the world, or draw upon the energy and siphoning knowledge. Yes, I will absorb your knowledge. Like Highlander. Click. You turn both ends of the rope towards you, bringing them into contact with your essence, and as you do, the fibers turn to copper, and through them an energy is conducted into your being. You are traveling downward now, beneath the place you stand, seeing places dank and cobwebbed and malignant, like some untended garden overgrown with flora and overrun with vermin. Below everything, at the very bottom, you glimpse for an instant some being you can't quite make out, presiding over it all with brilliant and terrifying power. One image remains in your perception, a circular room with a stone table that resembles the sun in an area guarded by suits of armor that move of their own volition. It is deep, not far from the very bottom. There is a door in that room, invisible to all but the most fastidious of eyes, and beyond it, something shimmering, something powerful. As the image fades, you find yourself in Cadnua once more. Maerwald's soul is nowhere to be seen. Om nom 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 nom.
I'm here.
Alright. Ooh, you have a grimoire. Let's give that to Aloth. You've found a new grimoire. Grimoires often contain spells that your wizards may not know. For a small cost, you can learn those spells from the description panel. You may also fill additional grimoires with different spells. Place them in your wizard's quick slot items to switch them, but be careful. Switching grimoires will temporarily lock wizards out of spellcasting for several seconds. That's not really something I do. I don't need to do that. Alright, Aloth, what do you have? Fireball. You have Fireball, basically fiery bullshit. And what is this? Console Hot's Corrosive Siphon. I guess we can put it in our quick slot, so Aloth has some options.
I'm here.
Oh, we have a dialogue from Kana.
Poor Maerwald. He couldn't contend with all that he knew of himself. A cruel fate.
I don't think knowledge was the problem. He said that if I can find out what caused this, it might help me. That is true, and there is no such thing in my experience as too much knowledge. Kana smiles. Come, we'll find your answers, and mine, I hope. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up soon. I'm just gonna loot the place. And basically... Okay.
That's settled.
Ooh. Stuff. What's this? A worn book lies on the table, its pages filled with nonsensical scrawls. Half-eaten fruit.
I'll have this open in no time. It's done.
Quick. Money! Alright. Okay, so we basically cleared out Maerwald. We killed him to death. And now we're going to go back upstairs and talk to the steward of Cadnua. And the keep is now ours. And next up after this, in the next session, I'm going to recruit probably...
Let's listen to that old bampot.
It's like it's not playing the rest of the voice lines. I wonder if that will be fixed if I restart the game. Alright, let's talk to the steward, repair the keep, and then I'm gonna save the game right here.
I felt Maerwald's passing. You slew him.
Several of him.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Maerwald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
Notice me, Watcher. Yes, I've always wanted my own keep, even if it is a little cursed. You feel that same emanation of warmth and energy in the air. Then it is yours, my lord. I cannot begin to tell you how glad that is, how good it is to know that the keep is in capable hands once again. I suppose I should mention first that if you mean to travel to Defiance Bay for supplies, there has been a complication of a kind. The Eastern Barbican collapsed decades ago, and Maerwald never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before he became preoccupied. I could make arrangements to have it repaired if it is your will. When it ceased to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it, for what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. How do I repair the Barbican? Maerwald set aside materials for the Barbican, and they are still available to you. In the future, if you wish to make further repairs to the keep, we will need coin for supplies and labor. What does being the master of the Cadnua entail? Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent to which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we have been given instruction. If you instruct me on which repairs you wish to conduct next, I will make the necessary arrangements. These may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire tradesmen to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repairing the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If we can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. You should know, however, that the position does come with some risk. Your name will grow in fame, and you must contend with threats to the keep. And then there are other things. Was there anything else, my lord? What did you mean when you said the keep was cursed? Maerwald's curse was his own, a watcher's curse. But his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather far beneath it, the Adra dragon. At least, such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place, for what spirits still linger in the endless paths off speak of a master below, the Adra dragon. Every effort to settle here has failed. From the time of our Adiran colonists onward, beasts rise from the endless paths until the new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below this master, the Adra dragon, does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen from time to time intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Cadnua a barren ruin and robbed me of my hopes. The endless paths! That, my friend, is where I must go, where we must go, if you will go with me. Whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps this master speaks Adiran. What are the endless paths? The endless paths of Odnua, that is the name given to the labyrinth beneath the keep. The Earl, we were warned by the Glanfathas that this site was cursed, and there is a legend attached to it, though at the time we thought nothing of it. The ruins were built, it is said, by a powerful Ingwithan named Odnua, who ruled there until his people turned against him. They destroyed his endless paths and filled many of the upper tunnels in with soil and stone. No one living knows how far down the tunnels stretch, and few who have ventured there have returned. There is much talk of riches and treasure. The promise of Ingwithan relics alone has drawn many fortune seekers to their deaths, I fear. Who is this master below? Who I know, spoiler alert, is the Adra dragon. I could not say with any certainty. I believe it must be tied to the man said to have been the architect of the Endless Paths, the Ingwithan tyrant Odnua. Some claim his spirit endures, that is true, or at least has laid a curse upon the site. I cannot imagine much remains of his work, for the ruins have been here 1,000 years or more, but what is left is impressive. The Earl certainly thought so. You may have seen, while below, the hand of the great statue Odnua constructed. Perhaps it is a statue of Odnua himself. But am I not the master of Cadnua? Of course you are. The keep would have no other, but the endless paths are a different thing entirely. It is unfortunate, really, that they are so closely entwined. If the master below is not dealt with, there will always be a threat to the keep from within. I know it is much to take in, but if you would remain, if you would be lord of this place, then I can only advise you to seek out this foe before it destroys you. I have other questions. Time to find this queen in the city of Defiance. You must know, this queen you're looking for. Defiance Bay has no queen. The Mequins of Adir haven't reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Woodica. I am told they erected an exquisite temple in her honor there, but I was never able to see it. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away in repairing the Barbican. You need only tell me what you wish to do, and I'll make the necessary arrangements. Maerwald kept a ledger, as it happens, and I have taken the liberty of updating it. You could take a look if you wish. Yeah, let me see what repairs I can make. Then we'll get underway at once. The steward's voice belies the giddy excitement. Know, my lord, that this is but the first and least of a great many undertakings. The keep supported a great many buildings and servants for many years. If you should wish it, we can repair some of the outlying structures, and these will bring you wealth and recognition, drawing people to your service. Rebuilding the defenses will keep your grounds from becoming overrun, as they did under Maerwald's keeping. You need not choose all at once. I am pledged to your aid, and so long as you are master here, we shall always be linked. You need not step upon these grounds to speak with me. Wherever your travels may take you, you can make your will known to me if you but reach out by clicking on the stronghold icon in the bottom. Oh, but first, of course, the Barbican. Purchase! Click. Okay, so, what's the next thing? I guess the next thing we can do is the main keep. Click. Alright. Alright, let's click on Kana. He wants to say something.
I confess, I was hoping our meeting with Maerwald would go a little differently. But then, you have gained an entire keep. I don't think I've seen anyone inherit land that quickly since Kine the Younger read her father's will.
I wish you could have gotten through to him. He was far gone, but don't worry. The past is there that we might learn from it. I'm sure we'll find more answers in Defiance Bay.
It will give you a base from which to go searching at least. And then, there are secrets beneath the keep yet. With you at the helm, it should be easier to explore the endless paths.
And dialogue. Alright.
Yes?
So what level are we? Okay, we're actually not even close to level... I mean, we're getting close to level 4, but we're not there yet. This means we can probably reach Sagani quickly before we reach level 4, so I don't have to retrain her. Alright, so let's save the game here. Can I... Oh, I can rename it. Alright. Let's play Pillars of Eternity. 01. Save. And there we go. Alright, it's been fun. Before I sign off for today, I am gonna raid someone. Let me see if I can do that. This transition. I don't have my my what do you call that? My commissioned art yet for my transition scenes. So let's see which of my Twitch people, the cool people of Twitch, are streaming right now. Let's see. Oh, okay. A local cat lord is streaming right now. So let's see if I can do this. /raid. Did I spell that name right? I did. Click or enter. Alright, so this guy is a local gamer and the one who has answered a lot of questions about Twitch in the past year and a half since I've known him. So I guess I'm gonna click raid. Raid now. I guess I'm gonna stop streaming. Raid now. And click.